When I think about the role of an elected official, I think the key word is public service. It's the service part of it. And I think you have to remember, who are you serving? You are representing the people who got you there. And that's it. It's very simple, very simple. So if they got you there, stick to your platform, do what you said you were going to do. Don't all of a sudden start, flip-flopping. Don't worry about getting reelected. Worry about doing the job that you got there for to begin with. So I was born and raised in Missouri with 3 older brothers who really kind of molded me as a person. That early upbringing with them made me into that warrior for others. And so that really molded me into this person that really felt like I just wanted to stand up for other people. And I can remember back as early as kindergarten when I had a little friend who was getting picked on. And I remember going up to the bully and saying, "Leave my friend alone." And I don't think I ever stopped being that person. I don't think I ever stopped being that one that was always willing to look out for those who may not be able to look out for themselves. My dad was very, very bright. He graduated when he was 16 years old, got a job at a bank. He was just an amazing role model for loyalty and just being devoted to your family. My mother, she stayed at home with us 4 kids. I mean, just what a great role model, just to learn compassion and empathy. And I was only the second female in my family to go to college. I went to college on a scholarship. After college, I started the workforce, and that is actually where I met my husband. And we got married and decided we wanted to be closer to family. We started searching. We just prayed about it and said, "Okay, God, if lead us where you want us to go." And he led us to Nashville. 2020 happened. My degree was in management information systems. So I have an analytical mind. When I saw in 2020, I watched all the hearings, and some of the things they were saying, I was like, "Whoa, what? You share passwords? Whoa, what? There's no audit trail? This is just not good governance of systems." And I'm like, "And our votes are going through here?" Okay, I'm not too sure about this. So I thought, I want to learn more. I got the voter data and I started just doing some simple analysis with it. And then I started getting more involved with the Republican Party here locally. It's like, well, geez, it sounds like we need more experienced people running for office. So it was at a chance meeting. Somebody says, "Hey, Kathy Danner is going to meet at this coffee shop and she's going to talk to us about what it is to be a county commissioner." And so we got to talking, and I just said, "Kathy," I said, "how do we get good people to run for office?" And she looked at me and she goes, "You need to run." And I went, "No, I'm like a private sector person. I'm a mom, I'm all these other things. No, politics ain't my thing." She's like, "No, Mary, trust me. You need to do this." And so I went home and I told my husband, and Wade was like, "Oh, absolutely, you need to do it." I was like, wow, okay, so even my husband thinks I need to run for office. So I prayed about it, went to sleep, woke up the next morning. It was like, it's clear as day, you're doing this. So I decided to run for District 5 County Commissioner and came on top. So it's like, okay, God, this is it. I've got 4 years. I ran on a platform really of educating people. I wanted to educate not just myself, but take what I was learning and share that with others. So I do a newsletter once a month. So I share information and I still get out and I meet people. I try to go as many events as I can, try to talk to folks, and I never, ever do not return a phone call. I feel like that's kind of my job. I'm the customer service rep for District 5 to listen to whatever needs anybody has. That's what I'm here for. After I won the general, one day I came home and I had a letter in my mailbox. And it was from Alice Burkhart. And so I opened up the letter, and inside was a poem that she had dedicated to me. And it was titled "Prayer for a Servant's Heart." And I keep this poem with my certificate, my oath that I signed, as a reminder of why I'm there and what I'm supposed to be doing, and just to keep me grounded. It's folks like Alice, my mom, my dad. He was my biggest cheerleader going into this election. I think he always knew this is what I meant to be. And unfortunately, I lost him about 6 months after I was elected. And that was tough. So I miss him, but he's with me. I take him with me where I can. It's been amazing. I love what I'm doing. It's not always easy. And I know it's not about me. It's never been about me. And it always used to kind of drive me crazy that I had to put my name on all the signs because I was the one running. But I always knew that it was always about the people that I was going to be able to serve. So we're the fiscal arm of the local government. So any sort of appropriation, any sort of tax increase, anything that is going to impact our operational expenses or our revenue is passed through the county commission. The operations at our county are massive. Over $800 million operational budget. You try really hard to do your homework. You try really hard to educate the people so they understand. If you have to make a decision, they understand why you're making that decision and that they agree with you. So one of the big, challenges we have right now is managing a lot of the growth we've seen and how to balance the everyday needs of our community against some of the longer term needs of the community with building and making sure we have schools and making sure the schools we have stay maintained. So that's a big challenge. Personally, as the county commissioner for District 5, the number one request that I've received is like, hey, can you help me, get with the septic department and help me understand, why it's taking so long. I'd really like to get my house built. Beyond that, we've also had a lot of development in the area. And so we've had, storm drain issues. We've had some infrastructure issues in the county that I've been trying to assist folks with. So what I really feel like for myself, I'm just kind of that liaison between my constituents and then whichever county department I need to work with. We need to do a higher level of scrutiny on the capital projects that we do and how we manage the capital expenses that we have. I come from a technology area, and so we're constantly, it's continuous improvement and continuous deployment. So no matter how well you've done things, there's always room for improvement. And so that's the way I kind of look at things. It's like, we have a great county. There's no doubt about it. This county is doing well in so many areas, but there's always room for improvement. I think it's really important for people to know that I moved here to do life. And I know a lot of people moved here just to do life. I know people get wrapped up in their everyday lives. They don't really think about the role of local government, but I want them to. I want them to understand that what we do and the decisions we make do impact them, and it impacts their reasoning for moving here in the first place. So it is important for people to educate themselves about what local government does and to get involved. And you know what? It just doesn't take much to do a little research and to go out there and cast a vote. Your vote is your voice. And if you don't like what's going on in the county, vote differently.